All right, family. All right, we in the house, y'all. Black power. About to heat up out there today. About to heat up. You know what I'm saying? For all you good Christian family out there, good Hebrew family out there, I hope you're in the house. You about to get an education today. And like it hurt. They say truth hurt. And it do. Truth do hurt. And it's gonna hurt today. You know what I'm saying? Uh, very powerful today. Uh, one of the things that I've always brought forth to the people, because why is Adam and Eve? Let me get this so it's looking like it need to look. Bingo. Why is Adam and Eve always shown wearing caveman animal skin? We didn't do this. We didn't do this. We must state that, you know, from the jump. We didn't do this. We taking this right from the authors of this. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be a very hard truth that's going to be taught today. But before we jump into that, y'all know what time it is. KingSeti.com online marketplace. The official General Sara Seti marketplace, official General Sara Seti DVDs, t-shirts and hoodies, African and Kemetic jewelry, holistic tonics and remedies, and much, much more. We even got home decor for the family that's trying to turn their home into that African temple that they've always wanted. We got a lot of things to beautify the house in that African spiritual way. So you get on over there to kingseti.com and be amazed. To the family out there, y'all know what time it is. Seti University of Ancient and Modern African Wisdom and Knowledge, the complete General Sara Seti website, over 800 lectures and videos, too raw for YouTube, the debates, video and radio interviews, behind the scene footage, street battles, black power politics, economics, and much, much more. You need to get on over there. It's like the black Netflix. Your ass ain't gonna be able to get off of there because there's so much wisdom and knowledge in all subjects. GeneralSeti.com, Seti University. And before I even go any further, family, as we talking about this, Creatures from the Caucasus 3, the Fall of Cro-Magnon, this upcoming Sunday, January 23rd, 20, 2022, we coming in banging, and we're gonna come right behind that, the making of the nigga. We got to come back and with the blueprint to bring this about. You got to know your enemy. You got to know yourself. If you're still living in the belly and you're moving the furniture around, you don't know what time it is. The boat is up under the water and you don't even realize it. It's up under the water and they tied your ass to the hull of the ship. they, tied, they tied your ass to the hull of the ship and you up under the water and you don't realize it. And this is a very, very shocking lecture. So it's not for the weak-hearted. You have to come in with a strong heart. So if you're bringing family in, warn them. Alert, alert. This is not for the weak heart. You know what I'm saying? It's not, it's laid out, with all the policies and the politics on how to overcome the Cro-Magnon. But you got to be willing to go through the fire to get to this information. And so this is what you're living under. You understand what I'm saying? This is what you're gonna have to, this is what you're gonna have to separate yourself from. In all facets of life, you're gonna have to separate. You understand? And not just separate, you must remove this evil energy from authority. And until you do that, I don't give a fuck where you run. You can run anywhere in the world. But as long as the beast is sitting on the throne, nigga, you are not safe at all. You understand? You see how they over there in Ukraine pulling up on Russia and they house and shit. They'll be in your shit, pulling up on your shit just the same. So you realize that there's nowhere to run. You got to stand and you got to fight. Okay? So Sunday, January 23rd, at 2:30 p.m. You can hit the link right there in the video description and go on over there and prepare for one of the most graphic, most educational lectures of all time that's guaranteed to wake any revolutionary, African revolutionary, clean up out their misery of ignorance. That's right. This Sunday, hit that link, family. And so y'all know what time it is when we talk about my Patreon. You know what I'm saying? When y'all looking for that, y'all got to go. You know, and this right here is generalseti.com. Over there also is the video library series of the Neanderthal. So when you want the collection of those videos that's in various areas of this this topic that we dealing with, then you go on over there to generalseti.com and you got some power over there. Right now, I've got probably about 15 videos over there on the Neanderthal. Goddamn, if that don't wake you up, you ain't nothing else could be done with you. Period. And again, my Patreon just did a very powerful one tonight. Early dynastic ancient Egypt. You know what I'm saying? I got close to 150 exclusive live streams on my Patreon, only on my Patreon. All you had to do is go over there, Patreon, General Sara Seti, become a patron. Don't matter what tier you belong to, you gonna get that work. Okay, you gonna get that work. You gonna get fed. That's how the general get down. All right, family. Now let's deal with this. The one thing, but it's a deep thing. It's a deep thing in which we dealing with. You know what I'm saying? And the one thing that I understood, number one, you ain't gonna be in no Africa wearing no damn bear skins. You see what I'm saying? Here's a genetic recollection of where they come from. You see what I'm saying? And so, I always see, I say, damn, and it stay current. It don't ever change. It don't ever change. It stay the animal skin. Sometimes they naked, this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? But there's a hidden symbolism. You understand? It's letting you know they understand where they come from. See, when we say that, you know what I'm saying, that these are Cro-Magnon, Neanderthal, you understand? They know that. Don't try to clean it up for them. Don't try to clean. Some niggas try to do that. They try to clean it up and try, because they really can't accept the fact that they didn't taking this shit in they goddamn self and they've glorified the Neanderthalic system of destruction and ignorance and bestial activity and deviant activity. They've taken it in their goddamn self. So in order to not, play their hand to the world, they got to put a veil on that which they admire. You understand what I'm saying? That which they venerate, that which they worship. They put the veil over it to make it seem like, oh, that ain't, oh man, they just making shit up. You see what I'm saying? And so the thing is that's clear is that, when I was, as I began to study this, I say, damn, it stay current. I don't give a fuck what artist it is. It's, you know what I'm saying? So obviously behind the scene, they understand the source of why they draw their goddamn Adam and Eve to have animal skin. And you supposed to be in Africa. You see what I'm saying? You supposed to be in goddamn Africa. You see what I'm saying? One of the hottest places on the goddamn planet. And you in the Garden of Eden. You understand what I'm saying? A paradise with all type of vegetation and this, that, and it's hot. Okay, it's hot. And motherfucker, even in Africa, this motherfucker gonna put on something. He gonna put on a loincloth or something. You understand? Motherfucker ain't about to put no goddamn bear skin on in no goddamn 200-degree weather. You see what I'm saying? Don't make no goddamn sense. You know what I'm saying? But we don't see this. You see, we don't see this. And so, when you look at Africa, you see what I'm saying? When you look at Africa and you look at the this map to the right and you see the blackness in because why is it black? Because it's hot. You see, when you talk about the peopling of Africa, it show you the various, and that's still, but when you go to the equator, of course, it's hottest there. And you expecting motherfuckers is, they cooking. And it ain't just the fact, our people's got melanin anyway. You know what I'm saying? We got melanin anyway. We cut like that. You see what I'm saying? And so, you can't just get in the sun but if you already got it, you just gonna get even more dark. You understand what I'm saying? Because you in the sun all the goddamn time. You see what I'm saying? So it's hot. It ain't no goddamn way you're gonna be in Africa, in the interior. You understand what I'm saying? Because it say that Eden was in the area of Ethiopia. You know what I'm saying? And it don't matter whether it's, we understand in the ancient Ethiopia, Sudan is hot as hell. Sudan is one of the hottest places on the damn planet. You see what I'm saying? And it ain't, and it ain't right there on the equator, but it's just showing you that even in Sudan, it's hot as hell. And so when we see a people wearing an animal skin, we know you're a foreigner. Okay? You know you's a goddamn foreigner. You see? And so when you come down to this so-called racial, this Noah shit, see, people don't understand that Adam and Noah is the same story. Adam and Noah is the same story because, again, when you see Adam and they depict Adam, they're going to depict Adam with that goddamn animal skin. And then when you look at Noah, what they do with Noah, Noah is a story that's devised to wash away all the history that came before them. You see what I'm saying? That came before them. So, and so that they could start history with them. They can start history with Noah. You see what I'm saying? That's what they do. But so the flood come and wash away everything on the planet. And then when the flood recedes, where does Noah land? In the Caucasus Mountains. You see what I'm saying? They homeland. So, at first it started in Africa, but no, we can't have that story. We can't have that story. We don't fit in that damn story. It's going to be too easy for the people to see that this is not our story. So I don't know where motherfuckers is talking about Adam and Eve and shit. It is African and that this story. That's a goddamn lie. It says Adam and Eve, and I don't give a fuck whether you read the Torah or what a nigga Torah or a Cro-Magnon Torah. It all say the same. It say Adam and Eve was expelled from the Garden of Eden, and they was banned from ever returning. That's key. I want y'all to understand that. The story don't mean nothing. It's the symbolisms that's up under there that's telling the truth of what this shit is all about. You see what I'm saying? The truth of what the fuck all this and they ate from a goddamn apple and this, that, and the third. That shit ain't the real truth of the matter. You understand what I'm saying? I'm dealing with I'm dealing with another video coming up. Was the original sin the lack of having melanin? These is key motherfuckers that I know that people got to get the truth of, and not only get the truth of, build, policies, community policies around these truth so they can come out on top. Because they in a goddamn war, and you niggas acting like you ain't in no war. And so what we laying out is blueprints. You understand, to win this war. And until you can pull that veil back and see these motherfuckers for what they is, nigga, you ain't got no policies for victory. I'm going to stay on this beast until motherfuckers see, at least the babies can see. I'm going to stay on this beast. You understand what I'm saying? Until these babies see exactly what it is. You see what I'm saying? And so they know the story, and so the key is what we got to understand, that Adam and Eve was expelled from Eden. You understand what I'm saying? They was banished from Eden, and they was banned from ever returning. Now, how is that going to be the African? You see what I'm saying? The African ain't never been banned from Africa. The African, whether he fell and, a conqueror came in and took control, he has always been on the continent. You see what I'm saying? So to say that, these people were banned, and, and so we got to understand that it don't mean that they can't come back in. You understand what I'm saying? But there is a punishment that must be paid when they return. See, we don't understand that original sin was the lack of having melanin. You see, I have to state that, family. I know that's hard, That was hard. That was a hard blow, Seti. Now you coming in this motherfucker, this so-called new year, and you throwing heavy blow. That's what it was. You understand? And that's the punishment. You see what I'm saying? This created with all type of mythology surrounding the facts. We got to cut the facts, cut the mythology out and state the facts. You see what I'm saying? That they did not have melanin. See, that was original sin. And we have to understand. Let me go straight to something, because this is a prerequisite of understanding this. This is a prerequisite in understanding this. You understand? Psalms 84. For the Lord God is a sun and a shield. See, we got to understand that when you understand. And so when they show God putting Adam and Eve out of the garden, they're going to show you an anthropomorphic God, meaning it's in the depiction of a human. They're going to show you the angels. You understand? With they swords and shit up, blocking Adam and telling them to get out. You understand what I'm saying? And so that's what you're going to see. But you got to understand those are only anthropomorphic images, human images of the sun. You understand what I'm saying? Even the sword that the angels, the flame coming on, that's the sun. That's the energy of the sun that put them out of there. And every time we see them, you see them with their hands is up and shit blocking the damn sun. So you got to see this is a prerequisite in understanding who put them out. You see what I'm saying? And so this is not something, this is cosmic law. You understand what I'm saying? This is cosmic law, nigga. This is natural law. You can't overrule cosmic law, fool. You gonna die with them. It's a reason for everything in the universe. It's laid out by the universe. And so once it's laid out that way, then you have to accept that. That's just like some of us, you got what they call Tornado Alley. And you see motherfuckers still building houses in Tornado Alley. Anything a motherfucker called Tornado Alley, and you still building in that motherfucker thinking that shit ain't gonna get tore up in 2 days, or then when the next big mother, and they coming through regularly. You understand what I'm saying? This is their highway, Tornado Alley, Tornado Highway. You understand? They running up and down each direction, tearing shit up, and you see motherfuckers go and build right there, and then get on the news and shit once it crying and shit like a motherfucker, like, supposed to have sympathy. You understand what I'm saying? Fuck that, nigga. Come on, man. It's been so many damn videos and shit where these motherfuckers then died, the whole homes and shit, buildings and destroyed, and you still there. Pay the price, nigga. Pay the price, Cro-Magnon. Pay the price. Pay the price. Ain't nobody gonna have no this time. When you see nature, how nature move. You understand what I'm saying? Certain areas you go in, you can get your food, but you got to come out. You get what you can get, but you got to come out. That ain't the place where you build your home and shit. That ain't where you build your home. You see, and so we've looking at the beast because he has no lot. He has no lot in creation. You see what I'm saying? He has no inheritance in creation. So he don't give a fuck about fucking this shit up. You understand what I'm saying? Everything, fucking smoke. He got all these goddamn factories all over the fucking world and shit. Smoke been going in the goddamn atmospheres since the beginning of the Industrial Revolution. Okay? He don't give a goddamn. And now I see every word, and now they want to say, well, we about to create a world to clean it up and enslave him motherfuckers. So every stage, he's in power. He gonna create another stage where it's gonna be more goddamn imprisonment on some shit that he did. You see, some shit that he did. You see, so the smoke is in the air, the oil is in the oceans, and they got so much goddamn plastic and shit because they're filthy. You come out and see, you got to understand, you come out of cave, you ain't got to clean no cave up. Motherfucker eat a bone and shit, throw that shit right on over there. You understand? You ain't got to clean no caves up. This is where they come from. You understand what I'm saying? You ain't got to, we was in palaces and shit. Even in the smallest little hut, you know what I'm saying? We was clean. We had incense. We had oils and shit, even in, you know what I'm saying? So we had these things. You understand what I'm saying? We have plenty of water, so we could always get in water, keep our bodies clean, keeping hygiene. They didn't know nothing like that. You understand what I'm saying? Shit, the dirt was so, you understand what I'm saying? On their body, goddamn it, probably, man, that shit probably integrated with their skin. You understand? You probably could never get the goddamn dirt off of them. Just real talk. You understand what I'm saying? And so, you know, this is where, and so the thing is, we try to clean that up. That's too harsh. That's too harsh, Seti. Don't say that. Even though it's true, you can go right down there to the museum and they'll show you where their ancestors was in a goddamn cave with the same goddamn clothes that Adam and Eve got on. You understand what I'm saying? With a goddamn a goddamn bare bone in their hand that they didn't chewed on, and this, that, and the third, and people still can't accept that fact. You see what I'm saying? And many of the attributes that you see today is coming from the acceptance of that. The acceptance of that and living in that and wanting to integrate into that and thinking you're going to have, you know, with your fake ass African, you want to be African culture, that you're going to live next to the beast. You understand what I'm saying? With divine African culture, you can't do that. Those two cultures repel one another. You see what I'm saying? And so I have to always and I've always taught that we are what you call mortal enemies, that we are what's the word? It'll come to me. You see what I'm saying? Diametric opposites. That's the word that I was, diametric opposites. And when you talk about diametric opposites, when you talk about the scale of existence, those are the two furthest extremes. They can't even come close. They repel. So in order for motherfuckers, nigga, you done been raped of all your Africanness, nigga. You done been raped of your energy. You done been raped of your energy and all of that to be able to exist in this system. You understand what I'm saying? And so I have always come in to teach the God. We got to separate. You understand? The first separation is in the mind. And it's not just separate. Why am I separating? This motherfucker is something is wrong. There's something wrong all the way. Ain't no, well, no, something is wrong. We must separate. You understand what? And it's so wrong that, you know, that you damn near got to, you know, you must be quarantined. You see, you must be quarantined. I'm not gonna go all the way where I need to go, but you could take it from there. You understand? I take you halfway, you 3/4 of the way. You take it from there. Must be quarantined. You then, you know, if you accept it, you're gonna have all the vileness right there in your eyes. Motherfucker can't even turn on, you know, the TV. You understand? All type of deviant shit right there. They didn't legitimize it and commercialized it. It's right there in your face. You know, no, not gonna do it. Once you start, see, they bring it on your ass gradually. And I'm gonna get back. They bring it on you gradually. You understand what I'm saying? To where you accept it. And then when you accept this leg of the indecency, they're going to bring the next leg of indecency. You understand what I'm saying? Now they got motherfuckers and, you know, all dancing across the TV screen. You understand? Oh, pretty niggas. You dancing all across and then they're going to bang they're going to legitimize the pedophilia. They're going to legitimize the bestiality because you can't say what deviant can be accepted. And once you accept one deviant, the next deviant, well, motherfucker, I do this. I like it like this. I like it like that. And then motherfucker, fuck Sodom and Gomorrah. Nigga, you gonna say the shit you about to see, motherfucker. Sodom and Gomorrah ain't got shit on this shit right here. You understand what I'm saying? So getting back to this, you got to understand that the Son is God. So when it said that God put them out, it was the Son. So you got to understand that original sin, you're in the solar system. You're in the solar system without the key component. You understand what I'm saying? Which is melanin. You without the key component. You understand what? So original sin was first, that the fact of not having no damn melanin. Malachi chapter 4. But unto you that fear my name shall the Son of Righteousness arise with healing in his wings, which became the conducives, the sun and the wings of the Almighty. And so here you see in Malachi, you see the sun is spelled with a capital. Always bring that up. And the only time you capitalize something when it's a person, a place, or a thing. And in this instance, it's a person. It's the person of God. But unto you that fear my name shall the Son of Righteousness arise with healing in his wings. You see what I'm saying? So there, and then when you come here, you understand that even in Christianity, and you see that the Son, which is in the middle, the body of Christ, present in the mysteries. You see what I'm saying? They know that, the Eucharist. You understand? They come out and they have, they got the little so-called bread that they put in your mouth, the little cracker or whatever the fuck they put in your, and got the sun on it and shit. This, that, and the third. So they know what it is. You see? And so let me come down. And so here I had to put this up here. You know what I'm saying? You see, and you always see them throwing their hands up. You see? Throwing their hands up, And so as it was taught to me that, they went out in shame. The motherfuckers say they went out, they were shame. Why was they shame? You know what I'm saying? You go back, you know what I'm saying? Because in the ancient world, you could imagine that the children of the sun, just ridiculed their ass. You know what I'm saying? You can imagine that. You got to put yourself in, when you're trying to understand this shit, you got to put yourself in their shoe. African people ridiculed the shit out of them motherfuckers. Like, man, what the fuck? What the fuck is this? What's going on here? You know what I'm saying? What's going on here? And so, and so you see them throwing their hands up in shame. This is what the Bible said. They was in shame, but why was they in shame? We got to dig deeper into that. And so they understand, and we know that Eden is Africa. We understand that Eden is Africa. They knew, you understand what I'm saying, that they was always they was banned from coming back in. If you leave the story, it's too easy to understand it. It's allegory. You got to peel back. Motherfuckers going and talking. They ain't got shit to do with no goddamn apple, even the serpent. The apple is the sun. And when you talk about the serpent and you talk about the two, when you look here, you see what I'm saying? And you see the sun, the wings, and you see the two serpents. The apple is symbolic of the sun. You see what I'm saying? And the story that they put together is just, allegory to hide that fact. You see what I'm saying? To hide that fact. And so they knew that leaving Eden in Africa is too easy. I ain't gonna say it's too easy because you still need someone to put that information to you. You understand? But once a competent teacher put it to you, it won't be hard for you to understand. You see what I'm saying? When you peel back the veil, it won't be hard for you to understand. So you know what they had to do? They say, you know what? We got to move Eden. We got to, no matter what they do, it's still the fact is you was banned. So when no matter where you try to put it, you was banned. You see what I'm saying? So what they tried to do now today, they tried to remove the Garden of Eden from Africa. I don't give a damn about the term, the Garden of Eden. It is this, when we peel back what they trying to transmit to the world is that this is the home of man, okay? Which is African people, man and woman. You understand what I'm saying? The very beginning. We don't know of no place earlier than this. This is the home. This is Africa. This is the Great Lakes region. Not only, you talk about in the fact that they moved it. See, when you lie, you can see them running. You got them on the run now. And see, but the thing is, they move it over here in goddamn Iraq and goddamn Iran and shit. They didn't move it over near Mount Ararat. They moved it over towards the Caucasus Mountains. So you see many of the right here, you see this is Mount Ararat, up there in the lower Caucasus Mountains. You see, in the lower, and this is where you got to understand. So this is where Noah land. People don't. It's in the Caucasus Mountains. Mount Ararat is in the lower Caucasus Mountain region, and so this is where they saying, Noah being the new Adam. He's the new Adam. Okay, yeah. They admitting that the original population, the original children of the Most High, which is the Son, came out of Africa, but God was mad at the world and he washed all that shit away. So now it started with Noah, who is the new Adam. And so civilization in this world started from him. See how tricky that is? That's a trick right there. You understand what I'm saying? And so, and so they didn't move the Garden of Eden out of Africa. They didn't move. And the one thing that's key about it, it says that all vegetation, all animal, not just human life, but animal life. You understand? They show animal name, Adam supposedly name all. What fucking animals do you find over there in the goddamn mountains of goddamn Iraq and goddamn fucking Iran and all up in that area? You understand what I'm saying? That's a fucking wasteland. You understand? The only thing they got over there is a goddamn goat, a goddamn rabbit, or a couple rabbits, and something else, but they don't, not to be, no paradise. You see, you can go in Africa and the paradise is still there. You see what I'm saying? But they knew that they did not have the melanin. They knew that they were, based on their own genetic, because you say, as they say, so a man and woman think of in their heart and mind, so is he or she. That means that they're going to consciously, subconsciously create shit not in reference to you, to their own self. So it was genetic recollection. They knew themselves how this shit went down. Okay. And so that's why they is current amongst all of them. They don't change it. Every blue moon, if he ain't got on animal skin, goddamn it, he just naked. You understand what I'm saying? He just goddamn naked. And so you see here, again, that they didn't switch. And you see they got the Garden of Eden and you see mountains. You know what I'm saying? How foolish is we gonna be? How goddamn foolish is we gonna be? They didn't push it up, and now they trying to say the Kush that they talking about in the Bible is, so I guess they trying to say it's the Nimrod Kush. You understand? Because Nimrod in the Bible was the son of Cush, but he was the son. You understand what I'm saying? When you talk about the preeminent Kush, that's in Africa. You understand what I'm saying? So yes, everywhere the children of the original Kush went, they kept the name Kush. But you can't say Nimrod. He's the son of Kush. He's not the father. He's not the preliminary, primordial Kush. You see what I'm saying? So anywhere they run, once they start, you can run their ass into the sea. You know what I'm saying? They ain't got nowhere to run. And so, when you understand that Adam and Eve are caveman, and Adam and Eve is in Noah's genealogy, is he not? Then you got Jacob, the 12 tribes, Shem. You understand what I'm saying? All of that, even the Ham and shit. You know what I'm saying? Even though we know that what they mean is African. We know that in the Bible, the Cushites, but they come from Noah. They come from Adam and Eve. It's some very, it's some serious flaws in it that cannot be corrected. That story fucked up. because you got pure cavemen at the beginning of they. And so they what they do when they wash the his when with the flood, they tried to rearrange the board to to their own to their own manifestation. Yeah, these is black, but they curse black. You understand? You can't have him being the original man. Yeah, it's black people on the planet, but they was cursed black. We the original man now. You see what I'm saying? So they rearrange history so it'll fit their dynamic. You see what I'm saying? To fit their dynamic. And so, yeah, you could go in there because, it's a cut and paste book. And you could maybe see where, yeah, it say this one was black and, this. And yeah, because y'all, not only is the origin fucked up, but you didn't cut and paste certain shit. You know what I'm saying? And you didn't cut out of this book. You didn't cut out of that book. And so they didn't take no time to clear that shit up. And so, yeah, you might have a book where it say, yeah, because they didn't took from a black book. Yeah, they didn't took from some black books to cut and paste and put this shit together. A lot of people do that. You understand what I'm saying? But you can't take that and say, oh, that these people was black and this, that, and the third. Them motherfuckers is Cro-Magnon Neanderthal. The story is Cro-Magnon Neanderthal in totality. The whole story and where you fit in, you've been placed there. You understand what I'm saying? You've been placed in that book to be in a certain position. You understand? A servant of servants shall you be, nigga. You ain't in there, God commands the Cro-Magnon to wipe your ass out. You understand what I'm saying? The only motherfucker in the book where God commands. Take them all out. Man, woman, and child. Even the motherfucker goat. If the motherfucker got a tree in the front yard, pull that shit up too. This is the God. You know what I'm saying? That's him. That's him speaking for the God, giving himself giving himself a way out, a legitimate excuse on why this should be done because it's godly, it's God ordained. He's speaking for the God. That's why when I show you that, then I have to I teach on the Bible, then I had to separate God from the Bible and just teach on God alone, because that's a science into itself. Because if motherfucker believes somebody up there talking in the sky and that is truly somebody, then you can't get out of that trick bag. God said, why are we in this? Because God said. But you don't understand that God ain't nothing but a ventriloquist dummy with a motherfucker hand in his back speaking for the goddamn dummy. You looking at the dummy talking about God, but you don't understand it's a motherfucker with his hand in his back, moving his lips and throwing his voice and shit. And you ain't looking at the motherfucker with his hand in the Muppet back. You ain't looking at it. That's God. That's who's speaking for God. So if he's the man writing for God and speak, he's going to ordain God to be in his favor all the time. He's gonna make it a way for himself all the time. You see what I'm saying? Even in their decadent behavior, God still gonna love them and find a way, for them to be on top, even in their decadent behavior. You see what I'm saying? So, clearly I had to bring this out because really this just effectively destroyed. I go into the early books. The one I did on Jacob and his wicked ass, just vile, sleeping with his sons, wives, and shit, having children by harlots, David and shit. You know what I'm saying? Solomon, all of them, decadent. You understand? David taking another man, impregnating another man's wife, Lot sleeping with his own daughter. Abraham marrying his own sister. What the fuck is going on in this world, man? You understand what I'm saying? What the fuck is going on? And God ordaining it all. You see what I'm saying? So, this is the reason why. Matter of fact, let me go into the last couple because this is something that got to be, carried on, It's hard body, y'all. This is another one. You understand? This is another one. You see him right there with the, and this is a deep, what's on the right, you know what I'm saying? You know, that because people don't understand that in many of the Egyptian spiritual concepts, the sun was heaven. You see what I'm saying? That's why people be talking about the lake of fire in ancient Egypt. They don't know what the fuck that was the last stage of purification before you go through the doors of heaven. People don't understand that. That's why in the Bible it says that the last baptism will be the baptism of fire. It will be the baptism of fire where you have to step through the lake of fire, the door and it's a door that you step through. You understand what I'm saying? But if you're not of the child of the sun, you cannot step through. That's why so many of the damn scrolls was burned, because they were solar scrolls. You can't be without melanin and Cro-Magnon and see spirituality in that. You see what I'm saying? So the ancestors had been told them, that you ain't gonna make it. And then in that also is an age that will come. Just like an ice age, there will be a solar age. That's just a balance. And when that age comes, that's the doorway that you will not make it through. You see what I'm saying? And when you look up, you always see them. They in shame and shit. But what are they in shame of? See? What are they in shame? And it's current. It don't change. It don't change. You always see him throwing his hand up. What they throwing their hand up? Got that motherfucker got on a lamb. He got on one of them nanny goats. You understand what I'm saying? That's thick. You ain't in no goddamn Africa with like that. You understand what I'm saying? So again, this is a allegorical story that must be broken down for the family. You understand what I'm saying? Give up. You must give up. You must separate. You must in spirit, in mind, in physical being. You got to purify and come up out of their ways. You have taken on the culture of the Cro-Magnon to your own demise. To your own demise, family. You see what I'm saying? And so I stand on my square. I don't come to teach no bland history. I'm always social geographical. You understand? Just like my teacher, Dr. Ben, Dr. Clark, Khalid Muhammad, praise their name for coming and showing our people the way, opening up the gates of understanding so that we could see a way out of this shit. It's still to this day, it's still about revolution is the only solution, family. This is the General Sara Suten Seti saying, hey, check out my pages. I got a schedule up where I'm gonna be dropping, I got some heavy work coming up this week. Is already scheduled, is already in the queue. Check it out and hit that notification bell. So when the general go live, you get that notification, family. All right. This General Sara Suten said he's saying, hey, arm yourself with knowledge, bang on that wicked ass beast daily, liberation through African education and confrontation. Black power.